I am going to explain briefly about LR parsing because in previous video we saw about LL parsing. So now we will see what is LR parsing. So LR parsing is one type of bottom-up parsing. Bottom-up parsing is nothing but constructing the parse tree from bottom to top or leaf to root. So in LR, the first yield represents left to right to read the input characters from left to right, and the R represents rightmost derivation in reverse. So in LL parsing, LL parsing is a top-down parsing and it supports leftmost derivation, but in LR parsing is a bottom-up parsing and it supports rightmost derivation in reverse concept, that is handle pruning. So here the same one, LR of k is nothing but is a look occurred symbol, which means is the number of input symbols of the look occurred which used to make the number of parsing decisions. Usually look occurred symbol is used to make the decisions to be taken, how many times we can to be read from left to right. So there are some methods in LR parsing: SLR, LALR and CLR. We know what is LR. So SLR is nothing but simple LR. LALR, look occurred LR. CLR is canonical LR. So the important point in this is augment grammar. So the augment grammar, we know what is grammar. So augment grammar is nothing but if we add one more protection in the given grammar, then the grammar is called as augmented grammar. Otherwise, we introducing a new variable to the start symbol of the given protection, then the grammar is known as augmented grammar. Consider the example. There are two protections. So here the start symbol is capital S. So for capital S, we are introducing a new variable S dash. S dash turns to capital S. So the remaining two protections are the same. Then the given grammar is augmented grammar. So let us see how we can construct the SLR parsing table. Simple LR table, otherwise called as LR of 0 items. So in the first step, we have to add augment protection and insert dot symbol at the first position of the every protection in the grammar. The dot symbol in the first position of all the grammar is called as LR of 0 items. Augment grammar is nothing but we introducing a new variable to the start symbol, but placing dot position in the production is called as LR of 0 items. The dot positions may be placed at may be present at any place of the right hand side of the production. Then the production is known as LR of 0 items. Dot can be moved from left to right anywhere. So in the first step, we are introducing a new start symbol S dash for S, and also insert a dot symbol at the first position of all the production in the given grammar. So in this set of production is named as I naught. It begins with I naught item set. So after item set I naught, in step 2 we are going to find out the go to function of all item set. Go to function is mainly used to we can find out the state number of states from the current state to next state by moving the dot from one position from left to right. So it is named from I0 to up to anything. The name is given is stopped when there is a repetition is placed. So the initial term is named as I0. Here also the first production is missing. The first one is S dash tends to S. After that S dash tends to dot E. So after that we are finding the go to function for all terminal and non-terminal values. So in the first step we are going to find go to of I0 comma capital E. So I0 comma capital E is nothing but in I0 state for the particular non-terminal symbol capital E, we are going to move the dot symbol from left to right one position. So S tends to E dot. So the dot position from move left to right. Again another production is having capital E. So E tends to E dot plus T. So while moving the dot position from left to right, we have to concentrate on the non-terminal values. In case while we are moving the dot position from left to right, if there is a non-terminal present after the dot, we have to write the protection for the particular non-terminal from the I naught as it is. If there is a terminal appeared after the dot, there is no problem. If the non-terminal appears after the dot, we can write the protection of the particular non-terminal from the I naught set as it is. While writing the protection from the I naught, we are not performing the any moving operation of the dot. So while the same steps again doing for all variable non-terminals for the all go to item set up to I8. Here states varies from I0 to I8. After I8, there is repetition of the state will come. So the steps of go to will be stopped. After that, we can draw DFA. This is not mandatory. So there are 8 states, I0 to I8, 9 states. So I0, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6, I7, I8. Each and every item set is a state. So we can put it in a circle state. So from I0, I0 goes to I1 for the non-terminal capital E. I0 goes to I2 for non-terminal capital T. I0 goes to I3 for capital F. I0 goes to I4 for the terminal ID. Like this, we can easily draw DFA from these states. After this, we can construct SLR parsing table. In the particular SLR parsing table, there are two actions. One is action and another one is go to. So the action consists of two actions. One is shift and reduce action. By using these two actions, we are going to prove that the given input string is accept or error. So in these action steps, we are seeing only shift and reduce action. Shift represents capital S and R represents reduce operation. In go to step, we can only write the number of state only, because go to is nothing but going from one state to another state. So we simply write the state number only. So in SLR parsing table, go to represents all non-terminals and action represents all terminal symbols which are presented in the given grammar. So each and every row represents the states I0 to I8 and column represents the terminals and non-terminals. So we simply fill up the SLR parsing table from these I0 to I8. So for example, I0 for capital E is I0 for capital E. I0 comma capital E is the state is I1. So we can simply write I0 E is 1. So in whatever it is appeared for go to, we simply write the item set number only. By for action, for example, I0 ID. So I0 getting ID value goes to I4. So we can write in action for I0 to ID is S4. The same for go to is we simply write number, but in action we are writing by using the shift operation S4. Like this, we are fill up all these states I0 to I8 by applying shift operation. So how we can write reduce operation is nothing but we can write reduce operation. Write the reduce operation by applying the follow value. So for writing reduce operation, we can find follow value for all non-terminals. So we can find follow values for capital E, T, F. Follow value for E is plus dollar. Follow value of T is star plus dollar. Follow value of F is star plus dollar. From this, we can easily write reduce action for the states I0 to I8. For follow value, only find out for the dot position at the end of the production. For example, in I2, in I3, the dot position will be placed at the end. T tends to F dot. So dot position is placed at the end of the production. So we can find out we can write the reduce action for only I3. So in I3, T tends to F dash. So we have to find out the value for follow T. So follow T value is star plus dollar. So this in the same cell I3 plus. So in I3, the dot position is placed at the end of the production. So in this we have to find the follow value for capital T. Follow value for capital T is star plus and dollar. So in I3, because we have to write the reduced value for I3, because in I3 only the dot position will place at the end. So in I3, for follow T value plus star dollar, we have to place R value. So we have to write one number in the reduce action. So the reduce action value is T tends to F. T tends to F is the number value is 1 to number value is fourth production. So we are writing the production value is 4. So the reduced value will write only for the production, will have the dot value at the end of the production. So after finding the dot position at the end of the value, we have to find out the follow value of the particular non-terminal. In that item set, we are going to write the reduced production. So we have to write the one number here with the reduced production. So the particular number is the number production, the original number production, T tends to F. So T tends to F is the original, what is the number which is having in the original production. So the number is given with respect to the reduced production. Similarly, do for all item set which is having a dot at the end of the production. So this is SLR parsing table. After we will see what is LALR, look ahead LR parsing table. So this is also LR parsing which supports bottom up parsing. So which is called as LR of 0 items. So what is LR of 1 in the sense? The LR of 0 items with look ahead symbol is known as LR of 1 item. So for this look ahead LR parser, we can find out the look ahead symbol. So in the grammar, we have to equate the production by A tends to alpha dot B beta comma A. So we can equate this form of the production to the given grammar production. After finding beta and A, so we have to find first of beta A. From this formula, we can easily find out look ahead value for this LALR parser. So consider this example. We are going to construct LALR parsing table. There are three production, S tends to AA, A tends to AA, A tends to B. In the first step, we are going to find out the augment production and insert the dot symbol at the first position of the every production in given grammar. So we are introducing a new start symbol S dash. So S dash tends to dot S tends to dot A tends to dot small a capital A tends to dot B. So the dot position is placed in each and every production is known as LR of 0 items, and introducing a new variable is called as augment grammar or augment production. So this is the normal LR parsing. But this is LALR, so we have to find look ahead symbol. So look ahead symbol is easily found by first of beta A. To compare with the production of A tends to alpha dot B beta comma A. So here A tends to alpha dot B beta A. Here in the first production we initially placed dollar as look ahead symbol because it begins with the new production. So there are no look ahead symbol. So we can easily write dollar for the first production. So we are going to find look ahead symbol for the second production. S tends to dot AA comma blank symbol. So we have to find look ahead symbol. So the start symbol of the particular single production is capital S. So we have to find what is the original production of the capital S. So it derives from the above production. S dash tends to dot S. So we have to find the look ahead symbol from the above production. So A tends to alpha dot B beta A. Here beta is in the first production S dash tends to dot S comma dollar. Here beta is empty and A is dollar. So first of dollar empty is dollar symbol because the empty is nothing. So the look ahead symbol value is dollar. So only we can write dollar as a look ahead symbol for S tends to dot AA. After that we have to find out look ahead symbol for capital A. So capital A is derived from the above production, S tends to dot AA. So we can compare S tends to dot AA comma dollar with A tends to alpha dot B beta comma A. Alpha dot B beta comma A. Here first of beta A, in the second production beta value is capital A. So first of capital A dollar is equal to first of capital A, because A is a non-terminal symbol. So we have to find out the first value of capital A. In the above original production, capital A first value is single terminal A and a second capital A is a single terminal B. So first of A values A comma small a comma B. So we simply writing the look ahead symbol of A tends to dot A capital A is A comma B. A comma in B in the sense it may goes with A and B. So we are writing A slash B. Similarly, the last production, A tends to dot B, we have to find look ahead symbol. So the A is derived from the above second production, S tends to dot AA comma dollar. So do the same steps. So the look ahead symbol is A slash B. So we simply writing A slash B. So after the same steps we are done in the SLR parser, we have to name the I naught for the initial state. After we are finding go to state. Go to state is used to move from current state to another state. We are named from I naught up to any state. When there is a repetition occurs, we will stop the item set. The same steps we are same step done, like we are moving dot position from left to right. But the simple point is we have to find out the look ahead symbol in each and every step. We are not writing the look ahead symbol in the above I naught state. We have to find a look ahead symbol for each and every single step. So the same step done in SLR parser, but look ahead symbol is only changed. After that we have to analyze LR of 0 items of I3 and I6 are same, but they differ only in look ahead. We can easily combine the item set if they are differ only in look ahead symbol. Here I3 and I6 having three productions dot symbols are same, but I3 and I6 are differ only the look ahead symbol. So we can easily combine I3 and I6 as I36. Similarly, so we can easily merged I3 and I6, same production, three productions, but in the I3 the look ahead symbol is A slash B, but in I6 the look ahead symbol is dollar. So we are writing in I36 A slash B slash dollar. Similarly, I4 and I7 are same, but they differ only in the look ahead. So we are combining I47. And also I8 and I9 are having the same production, but they differ only in the look ahead symbol. So we are combining I8 and I9 as I89. So we can easily draw the DFA like SLR. It is not mandatory. After that we are constructing LA-LR parsing table. The same concept is done in SLR parsing, but here we are combining 3, 6, 4, 7, 8, 9. So we are not writing separately I3, I6. We can combine I36, I47, I89. So the same steps we are writing in the go to and shift action and reduce action. Shift action is right like what is item done is present, but for reduce action we can find the follow value. So this is LA-LR parsing table. So the last topic is YARC, expansion form of yet another compiler. So in the first unit we saw lexical analyzer is used for lexical analyzer generator. So YARC is mainly used for generating the parser, syntax analyzer, the expansion of yet another compiler, and YARC is mainly used to construct the LA-LR parser, not another parser. YARC is mainly used to construct LA-LR parser. So the YARC is divided into three parts, the same like LX, definitions, rules and auxiliary procedures. Rules begins with a double percentage and ends with double percentage. So the definition parts includes the declaration and definition of all tokens, variables, keywords, numbers, etc. In rules part, it begins with the procedures and followed by the actions. Procedures is nothing but the regular expressions followed by the particular actions to be performed on the corresponding regular expression with regular definition. So last one is auxiliary procedures, which is mainly used to perform some actions to be done in the rules part. So the next one is operator grammar. We know what is grammar. So what is operator grammar in this sense? When there is a grammar has a property, it satisfies two properties or two conditions. First condition is there is no production has either an empty right hand side, which means the production does not having epsilon production. Then the grammar is operator grammar. Second property is the grammar don't have two adjacent non-terminals in the right hand side, which means for example A tends to BC, which is not operator grammar. So the grammar is known as operator grammar if it satisfies the following two conditions. First condition is in the given grammar there is no production should having epsilon in the right hand side of the production. The second condition is in the right hand side of the production which should not contain two adjacent non-terminals. Then the grammar is known as operator grammar. So the last one is comparison of all LR parser. So LR parser is a bottom-up parsing. There are three parser: SLR, simple LR, LALR, look-ahead LR. Last one is CLR, canonical LR. So comparatively all three parser, CLR is more powerful than any other parser. SLR, LALR more than other three parser. CLR, canonical LR is most powerful parser, and YARK is mainly used to construct the LALR parser.